Hey everyone, welcome to Brandy Millsap Wellness. Today we're going to be talking with Nish and about food and how this impacts our body and our overall health. So I'm super excited to have her. Now we tried to do this on Wednesday and we just had a conflict in our schedule. So as promised, here's the recording. So welcome Nish to the Wellness Wednesday on Friday. So Nish, thank you so much for coming. I'm excited to chat with you. Can you tell us a little bit about your food journey and how you even got started with it?
Yes. So, first, I just want to say my name is Niche. It's short for Tanisha.
Niche.
Yes,
Okay.
like niche, like the little niche or
Like
something.
a little niche. Okay, awesome.
So I started my food journey back in like 2012. I used food to heal myself. It was just like really interesting to learn that food could do that for me. And that's when I just got really interested in all things holistic. I got a detox program from a chiropractor and stuff, and it was just like amazing. Like the herbs and everything, just like made me feel rejuvenated. And then like the eating organic produce and things like that got me started into. Now I'm like a little bit further along eating plant based and just like absorbing the nutrients that way. So it's just been a journey. It's really cool though.
That's awesome. That's very awesome. I know during my journey, I found that eating different foods could help with inflammation. It could help me sleep better. And so my journey with food has been very exciting. So now, don't you have a food business?
Yeah,
Tell
so
us
my
about it.
business is called Supreme Eats. I actually began that back in 2016, and that is a plant-based meal prep and private catering service. And pretty much what I do is I offer plant-based options, but I also offer it like pescatarian style and flexitarian style, which is what I would call people who are, eating like turkey instead of beef, eating more fish, eating antibiotic-free poultry, things like that. So a lot of people who have families, they have all different types of eaters. They're a lot more willing to do flexitarian, and then you have people who are just like all the way, they're committed and they want to, eat a 100% plant-based diet. So I like to appeal to all three, and it's based on my background. My family is Caribbean, Jamaica specifically, and so I just infuse the like Rastafarian style eating with my foods, and then also there are some African dishes that I include.
That's awesome. I can't, one of these days you have to go online so it could be delivered to my door.
Yeah, so I just got a system that I'm willing to try out in the next few months to start getting some shipping done. So I'm really excited about that.
Okay, I want to be one of your first clients. I'm excited about that. Tell us where you're based from.
I'm based in North Carolina, actually in Durham, North Carolina, which is known as the city of medicine.
Awesome. I don't know if I told you this. I used to live in Fayetteville.
Oh, you know what? I feel like maybe it's been a couple of months now since we've been discussing things, so I think you may have shared that with me. That's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah, yeah. All right. Well, let's go in. I'm going to let you just kind of take over if you don't mind, and just kind of talk about different foods that can help us with different body, like digestion or inflammation. And so the floor is yours.
Okay, so I guess if we wanted to start with digestion, one of the like biggest foods for digestion would be yogurt, of course, because it has probiotics in it, and probiotics are those good bacteria that get in the gut and help us, help everything move along with the digestive tract, and also fermented foods such as sauerkraut and things like kimchi, which I have been really interested in lately. I want to try experimenting with the vegan kimchi, and I will be partnering with a local dietitian here who will be offering classes on how to ferment soon. So, but as far as the that the coconut yogurt, I think is like the best as far as yogurts go because dairy can also be somewhat of an inflammatory substance. So almond yogurt, coconut yogurt, soy if you can tolerate it, those are all really, really good options.
Now, if someone's having digestive issues, how often would you suggest that they implement the yogurt into their diet or the fermented food? Every meal, once a day?
I think that if you're wanting to see results on healing a certain part of your body, that you should commit to at least about a month to 6 weeks of doing a consistent thing so you can like track it. So I would say do it for about a month or so and then do it every morning. In the morning, before you eat anything, if you can just coat your digestive system with probiotics, that is just like really awesome and it'll help the whole day run smoothly.
Awesome. Awesome. I just really quickly, I just want to kind of plug in doTERRA's probiotic as well. So I know a lot of people maybe struggle with eating yogurt every day. And so doTERRA has a great supplement called the PB Assist, which is the live probiotics. It also comes with the prebiotics. So you could use that as a supplement in addition to adding the yogurt and adding the fermented foods to your diet.
Yes,
So,
and actually, I just like went back through the package that I got from you, Brandy,
uh-huh.
and forgot that we talked about so many different things that I like. There was like all these little pills and stuff in there, along with the essential oils, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's more stuff. It just
Yep.
keeps
Those
so.
are the little green ones I sent you.
I'm really excited to report back to you on how my personal progress is with the doTERRA products because I really like the digestion that supplement well essential oil blend that I got from you guys that helped so much. Um,
Awesome.
I took a group. Well, this is just for the people out there watching. I took a class with Brandy and friends a few months ago, and they gave a chart on reflexology, and that is what I use as far as like not just using the blend internally. I rubbed it on my pressure points in my feet, and that was such a relief. Like it was just like I couldn't even explain like how much relief I got just by using it that way, along with massaging my tummy and sticking the digestion blend under my tongue. That was awesome.
Awesome. Well, good. I'm so glad it helped you. Awesome. Do you want to talk about like fatigue or brain fog? Because I know a lot of people have such busy lives now, and they get that to that 3 o'clock, and their brain just starts to shut down. And so I know that there's a lot of foods that we can do rather than reaching for coffee or an energy drink or.
Ooh, okay, so that's a great one. So I've actually switched over to like green tea or you know what, even chai tea because chai tea is a black tea and it has caffeine in it and both of those are low caffeine options for people who already drink caffeine and have that kind of like craving. So it satisfies the craving a bit. And I've seen it work because my mom, ever since I was like a little girl, I've always seen my mom drink a lot of coffee. She would drink those little what are those like international delights, the coffee,
Uh-huh.
yeah. And so I even started drinking coffee. I think I was like 11 when I had coffee for the first time. Probably why I'm not that tall. But basically, I got her to drinking green tea and doing a cleanse. And believe it or not, I barely see her drink coffee nowadays. And I mean, she's always drank a lot of coffee. So that works. And then also, they're like blueberries, eating blueberries and like walnuts and pistachios, like nuts for energy is just like amazing in my opinion.
Awesome. So would you just say, have a little package of some blueberries, some walnuts, and some green tea for your like snack? Let me ask you this: your
Yes.
snack at 3 o'clock rather than the coffee. Let me ask
Yeah.
you this: how often do you recommend that people eat? 3 meals a day, twice a day, 6 times a day?
Now that's a good question because it depends on what you're working on. I'll go back to the example with my mom and I. See, I'm Well, I'm happy with my weight, but I would just like to gain a little bit of muscle and challenge myself. And my mom is actually trying to lose some weight right now. So we're both working with a trainer and we're doing different types of exercises and we're having to eat differently. And I'm meal prepping for the both of us, but I'm doing it differently. So for me, I have a really fast metabolism. So I'm kind of trying to slow it down some. So I eat larger meals and I eat less often because she's trying to jumpstart her metabolism, she's eating more meals more often. So that can look like your three typical meals and then like, more lighter calorie snacks. So like the nuts and the berries or like maybe granola and yogurt.
Perfect. So really it's going to be based on what your goal is and what you're trying to achieve.
Mhm.
Awesome. Okay. Awesome. Let's talk about inflammation if you don't mind.
Okay, perfect. Because when we were talking about the energy, I was thinking about golden milk. So
Oh,
this is something that I've been seeing a lot. A lot of times I get like kind of overwhelmed sometimes with the vegan information and all the new trendy things. But this one is one that I really endorse. Golden milk, you can use coconut milk or almond milk, whatever you prefer, and use turmeric and use ginger and use honey. And if you like, you can add cinnamon. You heat the milk, you stir in the cinnamon and the ginger and the turmeric, and you want to put a good amount of turmeric. And that, when you just drink that, like let's say by itself, it just hits your system and it gives a nice boost of anti-inflammation because turmeric is really, really, really good for anti-inflammation.
awesome. Awesome. And
Oh,
does that help with the energy level as well?
yes, because a lot of your body processes are going to correcting imbalances whenever you have them. So if your body isn't working to fight inflammation, it has a little bit more time to give you energy. Less processes as far as like it's even digestion are tied up into, making you feel better.
Awesome. Awesome. Do you want to add anything else to that brain fog or inflammation?
Yes. Also, coconut products. Coconut oil, taking like a tablespoon of it sometimes is really good for energy, as well as coconut water. Coconut water is known as nature's Gatorade. I'm not
Mm.
sure if you know that. It has a lot of electrolytes and a lot of potassium and a lot of really, really good things that help us stay hydrated. And I read that if you're a little hydrated, that can affect your mood and
Awesome.
levels. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, good thing I drink 2 of those a day. I love coconut water.
You seem very energetic. You seem very lively.
Yes. Maybe I should slow down on it. No, I'm just kidding.
As long as,
Yeah.
everything in moderation.
Yeah.
That's
All
my mom.
right. What was that?
That's my mom saying everything in moderation, and I
Yeah,
think
my
that's
mom too. Yeah.
what it says.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, let's talk about the big one that everybody, I know that in all of my research, so I'm 45, about 43, I really started putting on some weight around my center. And
Mm-hmm.
so weight was never an issue to me my whole life. And so obviously I started researching it a lot and found that, it's 80% of the food that we put in our mouth versus 20% of the exercise that we do. And so food plays a huge impact on our weight loss. And so do you mind jumping into weight loss a little bit and like some thoughts that you have with that? And also I know that a lot of people eat a lot of processed food. So maybe let's touch on that a little bit as well.
Okay. Yeah, so as far as weight loss, you definitely want to consume less calories than you're burning off. So, especially if you're working a job where you're sedentary or if your lifestyle is more sedentary, you want to watch your calories. You want to drink lots of water. A lot of times people will get cravings, and that'll be a sign that they're dehydrated, not that they're actually hungry. So, listening to your body, maybe waiting 30 minutes sometimes when you get a craving, that will help you to decide whether you're actually hungry or if you're just wanting to fill a void. Also, mindfulness when you're eating. The slower you eat, it gives your mind a chance to actually process that you're eating, and you get to kind of stop yourself before you clean your plate. Because I know, like, a lot of food is emotional and pattern based. Like, I know when I was growing up, we were always taught to eat everything on the plate, don't waste food, things like that. And those are things that we carry into adulthood. But sometimes you get something like some Chinese takeout, and that's pretty much two portions. You don't really need to eat that entire container, and it's okay to stop when you're full instead of stopping when the plate is clean. So those are some things that if weight loss is on your mind, that I would incorporate, just being a lower, more mindful consumer, and watching the types of things. If you are eating meat, making sure that it's not heavily salted. That can help you to, well, it's not helping, but the salt makes you retain water a little bit more. Sugar helps you to retain water more. So watching your sugar and salt, your good fats, things like that.
Cool. I'm glad that you brought up sugar because I know in my journey, sugar is a corporate to a lot of health issues. And unfortunately, almost everything that we buy these days, box food from the grocery store, has sugar in it. And a lot of people don't know that. So, when I was really taking a really close look at the sugar intake that I was consuming, I was shocked that everything I was putting in my mouth had sugar in it. And so that led me down the road of whole foods. So do you want to chat a little bit about sugar and whole foods and processed?
I'm so glad you said that, because that is one way that I have gotten away from consuming a lot of sugar. One of my favorite snacks right now is chia pudding. That is one of the first things I have in the morning. Chia seeds are packed with protein, magnesium, a diverse group of like vitamins and things like that. And you can use things like coconut milk, which are full fat, not too much fat, and it gives you, a diverse group of minerals and things. And that, I think, helps with combating the cravings. When you are eating whole foods, you're getting what your body is craving for. A lot of the time, for instance, a chocolate. I love chocolate. I So I resonate with that when you say you've had, issues with sugar. But a lot of the times when we're looking for chocolate, we're looking for magnesium. So for the chia pudding, I put cacao powder in there, raw cacao powder, and it gives me that satiating cocoa. Like, I can smell the chocolate smell, and but it's low sugar. It's virtually no sugar, and then I can add honey or sugar in the raw, or my personal favorite, I get a dark chocolate bar and I chop that up and I add that to the chia pudding at the end, when I just, use the coconut milk, chia seed, and like cinnamon maybe to add another touch of sweetness. So,
Awesome. Will you tell everybody what your recipe is? So some people, this might be the first time they've ever heard of chia pudding and how you would make that.
okay, yeah, sure. So, the chia pudding, I just kind of like been experimenting with it, so it's not a full recipe, but I think it's like a quarter cup of chia seeds to about 1 cup of milk, because they expand so much. So you just want to kind of put enough in there to where you can stir it around and it doesn't look like there's way too much milk. So that's about the ratio, 1 to 4. And then you add about a teaspoon of cinnamon and about 2 tablespoons to 3 tablespoons of cacao powder. And you can add, let's say, a tablespoon of honey if you're really stuck on sugar. But if you want to challenge yourself, you can do like a teaspoon of honey, and then you chop up that, little square of dark chocolate and top it with that in the morning. You would let the chia pudding sit overnight in the fridge.
I just got a phone call. Of course. Awesome. I love that. I actually love making that. I like to add, if I'm really watching my sugar, I add stevia instead of honey.
Ooh,
And then I
or
like to top it with coconut and raspberries.
Yes. And you know what? You made me think about the doTERRA essential oils. You told me that we are able to consume them. So peppermint would be a good mix in that. So it would be like a peppermint patty type of experience. So that was,
That
I'm
is an
just,
awesome idea. I've tried spearmint, I've tried wild orange, and I've tried, what else have I tried in it? Cassia, so I could get the cinnamon in it. But I
mhm.
have never tried the peppermint. Good idea.
So yeah, cacao and peppermint.
Good
I
idea. Yeah.
need to try, and I'll get the
Look at
recipe
us. We're making up new recipes.
so that we can get it all like fine. So yeah, so that's one way to fight cravings, getting full nutrients. Also eating nuts because they have minerals and good fat and things like that. Also cleansing your palate by doing green smoothies. Green smoothies with like kiwi and like greens and like more citrus based fruit because those are kind of like gonna clean your palate to not wanting as much sugar because they're kind of tart. They're sweet, but they're tart, and it kind of makes you tune into a different variety of flavors other than the
Wow,
like.
that's bunch. I am learning so much today.
I'm like, oh my gosh, that's that's awesome.
I
Though,
love this. That's
yay!
awesome.
I'm just
All
proud
right.
of myself because I really struggled with sugar myself. So yeah, been working on that a little bit. So I'm glad you asked.
Awesome. I went on a 30-day no sugar. It was so hard.
Oh my god,
No sugar at all. It was
that is
so hard.
really commend you. I commend you. That is so powerful. Like
It's
wow.
super powerful. It's crazy how your body craves it, and the cravings are real. And it was like 17 days of real craving. So,
Did you have carbs during that time?
yeah. So, during that time, it was natural sugars, so from fruit, but very limited.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
one serving a day. So, yeah, it was pretty intense.
we're gonna have to
I,
talk
I
about.
challenge everybody to try it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you follow like a
Yeah.
or
Yeah. So the whole 30 is it's based on no sugar.
oh, I've been
So
hearing
yeah,
about.
we'll have to chat. I'll share some stuff with you.
Oh, that's what it was.
What was
Okay.
that?
I've been hearing like I know a chef here in North Carolina. She tried it, and a few other people they've been talking about it, but I had no idea what it was based on.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Well, I think that's about all the questions I had. Do you want to add anything else to it to let people know? Let people know where to find you as well. Do you have social media?
Yes. So also, one thing that another chef, I'm like really excited about social media being able to connect so many different like-minded people like you and I and other chefs. But she suggested an alkaline coffee, which would be dandelion root, and dandelion
Ooh,
root is really good for cleansing your liver, which in turn helps your kidneys because they play off of each other. But you can brew it really strong for about 30 minutes, and then you just reheat it. You add your hemp milk or coconut milk or almond milk. I've been personally doing it with almond milk and a little honey, and it tastes like a latte. You would not believe.
really?
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
it's
we've
really
got so many. We have so many dandelions here. I'll go pick them.
yeah, it's so yummy. So, but you want to get the root though, and where I got mine from was Whole Foods. They have the loose herb section. If you don't have Whole Foods near you, maybe Fresh Market. I think certain places just have like the co-op, the local co-op. A lot of places are carrying the loose herbs now, and I mean, I was just so surprised, and like just I feel less bloated in the morning. I have that first thing. Just food and stuff is just like just my favorite subject. I can just go on and on and on.
I love it. I love it. Awesome. Well, if you don't have anything else to add, I'll go ahead and close up. Are you good?
Oh yeah. So for everyone who wants to check out what I do, I am on Facebook under Supreme Eat. I'm also on IG under Supreme two underscores Supreme underscore Eat, and just always posting like different health facts and different just foods that I'm cooking for clients. I'm a part of a vegan challenge right now going on Facebook where we've provided the grocery list and the recipes for people who would like to try out vegan eating for, 7 days to 21 days they can choose. And so,
Awesome. Yeah, that's amazing. Well, awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. And I really appreciate it. I learned a ton. So you guys, if you've got questions, put them in the comments. I'll make sure that I get the information over to Niche.
yes, yes.
Yes. And make sure that all of your questions get answered. So anyway, thanks so much for joining. I'm so glad that we were able to work this out.
Yes, thank you, Brandy. Thanks so much for having me on.
All right. Thanks so much.
Cool.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right, bye.
Bye.